So I'm the Reverend Pamela Raymond. I have the joy and privilege of serving at St. Clement's Church here in Toronto, Midtown, as Associate Rector. This past year, we were thrilled to launch Worship Pals Sundays as part of our commitment to Cast the Net call to action number 2, which is reinvigorate and recommit to children's, youth, family, and intergenerational ministries. Through Worship Pals Sunday, we've created opportunities for mentorship and spiritual growth that bridge age groups and foster lasting relationship. It's been a beautiful way to celebrate the richness of our diverse community.
My name is Allison Marcaccini, and I am the Children and Youth Minister at St. Clement's Church. So Worship Pals Sunday was a dream of the congregation. It came out of the Parents Committee and the Sides teams and longtime members of our community. They wanted a time for kids and youth and the adults to come together to make this Worship Pals Sunday.
So children and youth filled every single role that you can imagine at a worship service. Often they were partnering with adult volunteers who had been in these roles for some time. So right from greeters and sides team to lectors to intercessors to helping usher people up for communion, they were involved in everything. For those who didn't want to be up front, we had folks up in our AV booth helping with the live stream. We also had children and families who participated by making treats for our coffee time.
So parents really loved this idea. They were willing to give up the quiet of the opening service in order to have their kids engage in all these different roles in worship. And the kids loved it. They loved taking ownership of these different roles. They loved trying out different things. Some kids were really nervous about doing like reading, for example, but that was okay because they got to experience those nerves and move through them and try again.
I think the other thing that was really exciting was to hear comments about how courageous the wider congregation thought the young people were being. I think that it broke down some barriers around getting involved, because if you can have an 8-year-old up front reading, ushering, greeting, it helps to signal that you can do that at any age.
It was really special for us all to be together for Worship Pals. So the kids got to experience what a whole service looks like, and we tried to make it the language accessible for them, the sermon short to keep their attention, and the language around the readings and the prayers accessible, and the music as well, so that they could fully immerse themselves in a worship service.
I think the impact that Worship Pals has on young lives in the church is it signals that there is a place for them, that they aren't sequestered off into another part of the church, never to be seen and heard. They are the future of this place, of this church, and I believe that they feel valued and they can begin to imagine a life of belonging in the church. I think one of the things that was significant by having children and youth participate in key roles was that it signaled to the community that we are part of an intergenerational church, that is the nature of who we are as followers of Jesus. Jesus welcomed children into his midst with his disciples, and we're replicating that here in these worship house services.